What's going on, Grizz Nation? Welcome back into another game day update. This seems like a little deja vu because we got Nayo last game. We got Nayo Campbell right back today because we are finishing the 2-game little mini series between the Grizzlies and the Utah Jazz. So Nayo, let's get to it.
KJ, it's so good to talk with you again. If there's any team that I want to go back to back with, being able to talk with you is definitely the icing on the cake.
Okay, well, now I'm blushing. So I learned this morning that tonight will be the 100th regular season matchup between these two teams.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
Okay, this is like a big deal then. Like we are big on big. And it's Halloween. Like this is okay. Yeah. 100 games. I love that. Okay, so we got to see who's going to take this 100th game because we took 99. We got to see about 100.
Yes, the Utah Jazz did take the 99th game by 1 point, 124 to 123. It was so exciting. I want to talk about like stats and who played well, but can you just start by like you were there? What was the atmosphere like? Because it looked loud. I was watching on TV.
Oh my God. The atmosphere quite literally felt like we were at a playoff game. And not that we were just at the 7th game of the season. Like literally it felt the crowd was on their feet. Everyone was so incredibly loud. Everyone was nervous because so much was happening, whether it be like literally if we shot a layup, Memphis was still Memphis is still going hard. Desmond had a great game as we saw. Like literally there was so much going on and the crowd had to be on their feet. I was shaking. I was nervous. Literally up until that 5-minute mark, the 3-minute mark, you didn't know what was going to happen. It literally went down to quite literally the last second. So it was, you can imagine, it was very, very loud in there. The fans definitely got themselves, our fans definitely got themselves a special treat, a very intense game. And our guys, both teams just did not let up. And that was just beautiful basketball to watch.
Yeah, that was the cool thing. Like you had mentioned, Des had a good game. He had 32 points. That was his 3rd straight game with 30 or more points. And there was one time he hit a 3. I think it made the Grizzlies up by 6. And then somehow like they just kept coming back. So that was, I want to know what the mood with the team was after the game, like knowing that, yes, the Grizzlies have the 28th, like 2nd worst defensive rating right now in the league, but the Utah Jazz had 30 assists and 19 made 3-pointers. Like they just had a really solid game offensively. Like was everyone just like content or they locked in now? They're like, hey, let's do it again.
No, I mean, the locker room, of course, like I think what makes this team really, really special again is that everyone's really, really young and everyone came in with a chip on their shoulder, right? Everyone knows that they're great players and they know they're coming out here to Utah. It's a new face. It's a new era of Utah. It's Team 49. And so, yeah, the locker room was definitely, it just felt like a great brotherhood, right? It just felt like, hey, you know what? We did this. We fought our way back because there were times, I'm sure for everyone watching, they're like, okay, are the Jazz going to win this game or did they just give up? And the Jazz just kept coming back. They kept coming back. They kept punching at it. And we ended up getting the win. So yeah, the locker room was definitely a vibe. The guys were extremely excited. It was Halloween as well. It was a Halloween night. And so it was definitely like, it was good that they got the win. They were able to be together later on that night as well. So overall, like it was just a great atmosphere, both in the locker room, on the court, off the court. I don't know if you guys saw like when Malik made that clutch 3, literally the entire bench. Yeah. His wiggle, like his wiggle. Yeah. The entire bench like came on the court, hugged him. And so this brotherhood, because it is a new era, you know how it is. It's a new era, new team. It's really cool to see this brotherhood continue to form and develop.
Yeah. It's been fun.
Yeah.
For you guys, at least. Look, the Grizzlies are 4-4 all time on Halloween night. So obviously we'd like to make it one more on our side. I will say the injury report is not great. Someone else has been added to it. I know Ja and Jake last game were doubtful. They have moved up to questionable, but we've also moved Desmond Bane down to questionable because he has soreness in his right ankle. And I think I saw today that Mike Conley's back.
Yeah, so Mike Conley will be playing today. Rudy Gay and Simone are both still out with health and safety protocols. Leandro has also been added to that list. But Walker Kessler has been upgraded to questionable. And I did see him in practice this morning. So fingers crossed that Walker will be out there tonight.
Okay, very cool. I know Memphis Grizzlies fans obviously happy to hear that Mike Conley will be playing, so they'll get that matchup with whoever eventually does play. A couple more things that I want to bring up is both teams had 20 turnovers each. So although we're saying like it was like a all-star game scoring 124 to 123, but there was times where it looked a little messy. So I would say that would be one thing literally for both teams to try and just clean up in this game. I don't think we're going to see 40 turnovers tonight. And the second thing from the Grizzlies side is they had 70 points in the paint and 26 fast break points. I think they're going to look to really dig into that as well coming in this one. I think Mike will help with the fast break points though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a defender.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think that's going to be something that we're going to have to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so because of that injury report, we definitely had to see a lot of our guys come and step up. Jared Vanderbilt almost had, he was on triple double watch with 7. It was like 7, 7, and 7. So it was like, that was insane. Colin Sexton had a great game. Jordan Clarkson was super clutch. Malik Beasley was great. So we had a lot of guys just up and step. And then we got to give a huge shout out to Nikhil and Ochai when that young core came out and really kind of put a punch in everything. So that was great to watch. But yeah, the turnovers were something. So hopefully we won't have that tonight.
Yep.
We can avoid that as much as possible. So yeah. Oh, we got to give a huge shout out to Kelly. We got to give a shout out to Kelly always.
Kelly Olynyk, 23 points. He had the layup at the end and the 3-pointer to kind of steal it for the Utah Jazz. Hopefully he has another great game, but hopefully the Grizzlies come out on top. I want both things. Let's do this one last thing, Nayo. The one matchup, because you were there, you saw who was playing who, the one matchup that you think is just like the most exciting one matchup to watch.
Okay.
Last time we said Dylan JC.
Yeah. And so I'm going to avoid that one. You know what I'm going to say? Steven Adams and Kelly.
Yeah. The battle of the bigs.
Let's do that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch tonight. But also, can we do a matchup between bench versus bench? Because the way that these guys are on the bench, like the way that they support both of these teams, like that's insane to watch. And that's a lot of fun to kind of see like that, the bench rivalry of the players that are sitting out.
Yeah, especially the bench points. The Grizzlies had 26. The Utah Jazz had 31. So I would say another key for the Grizzlies is to win the battle of the bench tonight, because both are so productive. And you're right, with the injury report coming out, like a lot of guys are having to step up. And I know both of them had like a 10-man both of them had a 10-man rotation last game. So it's going to be fun to watch no matter what. This is the second game in Utah with one game in between. It's Halloween night. Let's get this done. Hopefully it's not too spooky.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm wearing a cobweb, my outfit. I don't know if I want to call it it's a cobweb kind of inspired outfit. I'm still dressed. I'm going to still be looking cute, but it's definitely giving the Halloween cobwebby vibes. So I will be bringing the spooky vibes, but hopefully that's it. That's the only spooky vibes that we'll get.
Thank you, Nayo. I appreciate your time. I'm so jealous that you get to be there. Represent.
I wish you were here. I definitely wish you were here.
We'll see you hopefully sometime
soon, right? Hopefully.
In Memphis.
Yes. That's fingers crossed.
And Grizzlies fans, I know that you are not there either. You're home with me here in Memphis, so you can watch the game on Bally Sports Southeast and the Bally Sports Plus app.